Santos is jogado like assim, mas se para la quarentena. Moyses Dos Santos is a guy, very passionate, very honest with my friends and family. Also, Moyses Dos Santos is all about people and bring people together, music, because we can't live without music. And that's what this Moyses Dos Santos is all about. And I have a great time. That's what it is. Yeah. I'll be a drummer. Do you know why? Because drums and bass, it's think about like a bus. The drummer is driving the bus, and the bass is next to the drummer, and then everyone's in the back of the bus having a great time partying. The singer, like you, but the buzz and the drummer and the bass, they're like driving together because the drums is the foundation, So especially this record we're doing right now, for me, the snare is here, the vocals up here, and everything comes, So I'll be a drummer for sure.
Amazing.
Actually, I used to play drums before I played the bass, and then, the rhythm is really important in any music. That's how you make your music, snare, drums, groove. I'll be a drummer for sure,
Yeah.
And no one can hit me. Well, I grew up in church, so until I was 21, I was like playing in church the whole time. So in Brazil, I was listening to American music, British music. So I never was connected with Brazilian music, So, and then sometimes you're trying to get away from that, and then you realize how important is your culture. And then this year was being the highlight of my career was, drop names right now, but playing with Now Roger in the studio. It was a great experience, to be with him in the studio. And also the highlight of my career this year was playing with Azimuth. And then just like playing with this drummer, he's 76, and actually, when I tell a story, like I called my mom, I was like, Mom, I think I met the dad that I always wanted. She was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? I was like, he's done everything. He's a no Fela Kuti. He knows Jaco Pastorius. And my mom was like, okay, what's his name? I was like, Mamão from Azimuth. And she was like, your dad is listening to this conversation. I was like, but he was telling me like, look, you have the Brazilian music on you, but, they can't do we can do what they do, but they can't do what we do. Like, partido alto. So, and then from that point, I was like, you know what? I got to go back to Brazil and listen to my own culture again. And this record we're doing, we have a lot of Brazilian influence now, I'm coming back slowly and stronger. Man, I got inspired by actually, by meeting people and connecting, There's a lot of energy when you meet someone, like the way we met each other, I didn't know we were going to make records after, but there was something there. So I think there's some kind of like frequency in the air that you meet someone, the energy is there, and then you get inspired. And then for me, I get inspired by people, especially my dad. My dad is like 30 people every Sunday just go in the house. Sometimes he's not even there. And he says to me, Moses, you know this? The house, the cars, it's going to stay here. But your friends, your family, you're gonna take with you, So I get inspired by people. That's why I go out all the time, you know what I'm saying? My favorite artist that I ever work is coming on this record. Jay Prince, Emily Sandé, Kate Stewart, Joseph Lawrence, Now Rogers, and I love everybody, but working with Azimuth and this drummer, 76 years old, really kind of inspired me to be healthy, stop smoking. I think what is really inspired me was just walking in the studio, and then I see like now Roger's there, and he looked at me. I had this cape, and I was like, "Hey man," he was like, "Do I know you?" I was like, "Maybe," and then we spoke about the same people that we both worked before, and then he was like, "Take a video. Let's just, send to them." He made me feel really like comfortable, and to be with kind of like with a hero in a room. Kind of like really inspired me because he's really kind of down to earth, he made me feel comfortable. But as soon as I pick up the bass and he pick up the guitar, we start jamming, and then we didn't have to say anything else because I think the music, same thing when I was in the Montreal Jazz Festival once playing with a Afrobeat band, I was jamming, but I couldn't find the groove, and everyone was just looking at me like that. But as soon as I like, and then they just look at me like, so the music kind of speak for itself, so it's like speaking language, how you learn how to speak English by your mom and your dad. They didn't force. But same thing with me as well. So we now was such a like incredible experience, and like it was like the next day he was like, "Are you free tomorrow?" I was like, "I don't think I am, but I am." And then Swindle just like cancel whatever he's doing the next day. We came back, we did like a little documentary for Abbey Road as well. And it was incredible just to be 2 days with him in the studio, man, jamming. And he called me to play in his band as well. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so the bass player wasn't feeling well. So, and then the manager actually called me and said, "Look, he wants you in the band, learn the music." So I learned the music, but the bass player got better. But, who knows, next year I'm going to be playing with them. But I'm ready, I think the best thing is to do it without thinking. I know as a creative, you always have that in back of your mind, or maybe I cannot do this. It's really hard to be creative. We always like what people could be thinking about this. But the minute that you don't listen and you listen from your guts, and then you're doing something that you love, that's the answer. You got to do something that you love. Otherwise, if you don't have love and passion, you just do something else. Don't give up in music, please. Keep doing it. My favorite venue was in Paradiso.
Amsterdam?
Amsterdam, yeah. That was. I remember like Robert Glasper was there. Everybody was there. We headlined with Kamal Williams, and that was heavy. We had P. Ray Big on drums, myself on bass. We never played before together, but that night we just play, and then the music was so groovy, so everyone was dancing, and yeah, that was one to remember, I think that the only advice I can give, sometimes I don't even can give advice for myself, but just be yourself. Be yourself, and never let anyone to put you down, and get away from negative vibes, and never trying to get caught up in situations like, oh, why he's done that, and just keep doing what you do, and listen to music and get inspired. I love watching pranks on YouTube. That's sometimes I just switch myself off and I just watch pranks and like make me laugh. And then next day we write a song. So the best advice I'll give is just like be yourself and have attitude, and don't let people to ruin that. I don't know if that's the right advice, but be yourself, man. Be yourself. Enjoy life. Because life is there to be lived, man. Like I love going out. I love my friends. I love, I always make sure trying to be in touch with people. And sometimes, people kind of lose that, connection, but sometimes I'm like, let me call, I meant should call, let me call and see how you are, And then I just call people, and I love life, man. That's the best advice. Be yourself and enjoy life,